chair symbol alliance further delayed. An all-out attack against Compass. Will SLPP leadership in Gaha change? Another problem awaits Basil.
The leader, දේශයට මග කියන ප්‍රවෘත්ති පෙළගැස්ම.
Chair symbol alliance further delayed. Forming alliances in preparation for the presidential polls seems to have hit a snag. Main among them is the one between the Nimel Lanza's new alliance and the SLFP. Maithripala Sirisena makes a countdown for the SLFP-led alliance, saying it will come within 10 days in a week's time and so on. In preparation for that, the chair symbol PA's constitution has been amended and new office bearers will be appointed soon, he also says. He is planning a party for selected media on the 16th evening at a place down Ratnayaka Mawata in Pelawate to make the announcement. It has been some months since talk began about a political game being planned by Lanza, Chandrika and the SLFP. However, the UPFA's betel leaf symbol has been ruled out due to the legal battle over its general secretary position. Then they took up the PA with the chair symbol. That too was set aside after Maithri and Sajin Vas left for the US. On February 14th, Patali declared his intention to form an alliance of humanity and invited all to join in. At their Hyde Park rally, Lanza too hinted at a newly forming alliance. That matter again came up on March 1st after the SLFP Central Committee meeting. Maithripala told journalists that it will come into being within days. He was flanked by Mahinda Amarawera, Lasantha Alagiawane and Duminda Disanayake. Maithripala said that although he presently supported President Ranil, that does not necessarily be the case at the presidential polls. However, it is doubtful if Lanza, Patali, Anura Yapa and the like would ally with Maithripala anytime soon. They are aware of his plans to contest as the candidate of that alliance. Just days ago, a leading political figure told Alagiawani to ask Maithripala to keep to himself for some time. If he comes forward as the candidate, this will be ruined. We won't get a single Catholic vote. If he insists, let us put it off until an election is announced, he said. SLFP's Senior Vice President Professor Rohana Lakshman has told the media that their Politburo and Central Committee have unanimously decided to field Maithripala. That dispute could well be the reason for the repeated postponement of the chair symbol alliance coming into being. An all-out attack against Compass. Senior SLPP leader Prasanna Ranatunga is openly campaigning for Ranil's candidacy. He runs a campaign office together with Mahindananda Aluthgamagai at Malalasakara Mawatha. He is also busy with brainwashing SLPP MPs and organisers. Prasanna told several of them at his Udugampola office that any SLPP candidate should be better than Ranil. He also took a jab at Basil when he said that he would have to reconsider his party membership if the party fields a weak candidate. This is not the time for Namal to contest, he also said. I'll support SLPP national organiser Basil contests, but he is not contesting. I know that for sure. This is not the time for Namal to contest either. I told him that to his face. He could contest at the best opportunity. But he said that it would only be from the SLPP if contest the next general election. He also made references to the JVP. According to Prasanna, the JVP got its name changed to NPP to show that it has changed from its murderous past of 1988-89. It was a change in name only. The real fighters struggled to resolve people's problems. They did not set houses on fire or killed people. But see how the JVP behaved during Aragalaya. It is an insult to real fighters, he said. Those who led the attack on my Minuwangoda house was the first to speak at the party's meeting there. So, how can it be said that the JVP is not involved? He asked. The JVP has a Facebook-generated wave of support. People will not vote for it. If they get power, they will use that power to the maximum to keep it. Lalkantha said in public that they are prepared to do anything to gain and keep power, said Prasanna. That talk confirms what AKD said recently about Prasanna's campaign.
Ranil Wickramasinghe ඉස්සරහට හදන ප්‍රචාරක දැන්වීම් වල කරුණු තුනක් තියෙනවා. එක 88 89. හා මේ මාසේ 9 අර ප්‍රහාරය නේද? මේ 9 සිදුවීම්. එයින් පෙන්눔 කරන්නේ ජනතා විමුක්ති පෙරමුණ තමන්ගේ ප්‍රචණ්ඩකාරී ඉතිහාස අත්හැර නොමැති බවයි කියලා බිය හදන්න එක සැලැස්මක් හදලා තියෙනවා. හැබැයි අපි දන්න විදියට මේ මාසේ 9 වෙනිදා ගිනි තැබීම් වලට හවුල් වුණු අයගේ නාම ලේඛනයේ තියෙන අපරාධ පරීක්ෂණ දෙපාර්තමේන්තුවේ ඒ නාම ලේඛනයේ තියෙනවා ඒ හවුල් වුණු අයගෙන් තියෙන දේශපාලන සබඳතාවය. මෙයා තමයි ප්‍රසන්නගේ ගීගෙන තියන්න ගියේ මෙන්න දේශපාලන සබඳතාවය. වැඩිම කවුද? පොහොට්ටුව මතක තියාගන්න. ඉතින් ගිනි තැබීමේ ආරම්භක හිටියේ ඒගොල්ලෝ ගාව. එහෙමයි මේක තියෙන්නේ. හැබැයි ඒගොල්ලෝ මොකද කරන්න හදන්නේ? නැවත අතීතය කෞසලා පියගනක චිත්‍රයක් හදන්න සැලසුම් කරලා තියෙනවා. ඒක තමයි රනිල් වික්‍රමසිංහගේ එක ප්‍රචාරක සැලැස්මක්. අහුවෙනවද?
AKD said that while Ranil keeps his mouth shut about his party, he gets his henchmen to attack the JVP. Dilith Jayawira does it in a different way while the SJB too has entered the scene. Hirunika said Harini should be the NPP's presidential candidate. Anura Kumara has a dangerous, stained past. That is not so for Harini. She has a good political journey ahead. She should be the candidate, Hirunika said at a recent press briefing. She spoke as if all in the SJB will join Harini in the event she contests. In a social media post, Vidashana Kanangara says his political wish is for the NPP to gain power and for the Frontline Socialist Party to be the opposition. Responding to that, Chinthana Dharmadasa asked if there should be no NPP government until the FSP becomes the opposition. All these talks make one thing clear. An all-out attack on the JVP-led Compass is now on. It will be quite a task for AKD to keep their popularity going. Will SLPP leadership in Gampaha change? Namal was in Divulapitiya recently with his Dasabala Sena, with Indika Anuruddha organising the event. Namal gave him a pat on the back and thanked him for the crowds that numbered around 1,000. The programme recruits members within an electorate at the rate of 10 per Grama Niladari division. It is now said that Indika misled Namal by getting crowds from the entire Gampaha district to attend. Anyway, not a single SLPP MP attended it. It seems Indika wants to be the SLPP leader for the district and go in a journey of his own. Prasanna, the current leader, got to know that Indika had plans to get some to attack him at the meeting. His men kept on with a full alert. As the meeting began, a Prasanna loyalist called Namal and informed him about the matter. Prasanna listened via mobile phone how he was getting attacked. But he did not take that seriously, telling friends that's how politics is. In the end, Indika had his plans gone awry as Namal understood what actually was happening. As we have been stressing all the time, there are no shortcuts in politics. Especially someone like Namal should learn a thing or two from his father about patience if he wants to play a long innings. Another problem awaits Basil. The Rajapaksas now cannot stand their one-time darlings, the Lanka faction, more than the JVP. Both Basil and Namal are outraged over the damage they are causing to their camp. Senior SLPP MPs have decided to ask Ranil to remove Susil Pramajayantha from the position of leader of the House. He is now a key figure in the Lanka camp. They think that they have now lost that one too, after having lost the presidency and the premiership. Once Basil arrives, those matters will be discussed, and a proposal will be made to the president asking for his removal. Work with either Lanza or with us is the message he is going to give to Ranil, according to Udayanga Weeratunga. He said recently that Ranil will have no one left once Lanza joins with the SJB at the last moment. It seems the Rajapaksas are planning things to explode when Basil is back. Ranil should not be unaware that he would not be the sole victim if that happens. On the other hand, it will be to the disadvantage of the Rajapaksas if they overestimate themselves and find further divisions in the SLPP. Ranil, SJB, as well as the JVP, should know things better. But are the Rajapaksas doing these things with full understanding of the repercussions? That's it for today.